Thank you.
Let's bring in Karl Rove, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff and Fox News contributor. A couple things to get to. We know gas prices are up, and that's why the White House has been talking about this. And one of the things that the president decided to do was to try to tap the SPR. The Wall Street Journal writing, Mr. Biden's SPR withdrawal is intended to give the appearance of doing something about prices while actually doing nothing. How do you see it, Karl?
I totally agree with the Wall Street Journal editorial board. Look, it's 50 million barrels of oil. In reality, that's what they said, but in reality, it's 32 million because 18 million barrels were already authorized by the Congress under Trump to be sold when the prices for oil were high, and that's already been priced in by the markets. So it's only 32 million barrels. But let's just assume that their announcement is 50 million. The U.S. uses 19 million barrels of oil a day. So this is 2.6 days worth of oil. That's not going to have a big downward pressure on prices. The world uses 97 million barrels a day. So this is half a day's worth of worldwide oil. It's not going to have downward pressure on prices, and they know it. And remember, their object is not to have lower prices for energy, hydrocarbons, oil and gas. It's to have higher prices. January 27th, moratorium on any new leasing on federal lands and in federal waters. Kicked out by the courts in June because they had no authority to do it. So what do? They suspend drilling and exploration in ANWR and the National Petroleum Reserve, which was established by Congress in 1923 for the explicit purpose of oil exploration in Alaska. And you look at the words coming out of the mouths of the leaders of the Interior Department. The head of the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management says we're interested in the social cost of carbon. The Secretary of Interior says we're not going to stop oil and gas overnight, meaning she would like to. And her deputy says we're going to turn around 40 years of, quote, administrative practice, meaning we're going to drive up the cost of developing oil and natural gas, and that's going to be reflected in utility bills and at the pump.
Did you see yesterday, Karl, where the Secretary of Energy, Secretary Granholm, was asked how many barrels a day does America burn through? And she said she didn't have that number with her. I just wonder, remember when Rick Perry was running for president and he couldn't remember the third thing that he was thinking about? And he was the Secretary of Energy as well. Something tells me that the media coverage of him saying something like he didn't know how many barrels of oil a day were used in the United States would have been much more maligned than hers are.
Right, absolutely. And then she had her faux pas in another interview where she basically started laughing when somebody raised the issue of gas prices.
Well, they're not laughing now.
Well, they're up over 60% since this president came in. Now, I got some good news, though. The International Energy Agency says that there is a likely reprieve from the price rally, they call that, could be on the horizon. And what the IEA says is the result? It's because when U.S. production rises, there were pandemic difficulties. They lost crews, shutdowns. It's hard to get those people back. But by next year, the IEA thinks that's going to be taken care of, and that's going to help reduce prices. But it's the issue is we're going to produce more energy, therefore the price is going to go down. But this administration doesn't want to produce more oil and gas. They want to produce less, and they want the cost to be higher deliberately as part of their climate program.
Karl, can I jump in with one last thing? This is a CBS News reporter asking President Biden to please take our questions. Watch.
Thank you for your time and effort. I'll have plenty of time to talk to you later. Thank you. Thank you.
President King and other leaders, when will you answer our questions, sir?
Karl, you know how the White House press briefing room can get if they're not getting any questions answered. Apparently, he's only done 13 interviews since taking office. That really does pale in comparison to other presidents.
Yeah, look, we all know why they're not letting him answer questions, because he can barely string together two sentences reading it off a teleprompter. I mean, my God, the other day read it and they had in there in the instructions, end quote, and he read the instructions.
Yeah.
So, look, they don't want him to answer questions because they know he can't handle it. And the problem is the American people know that. They're gaining concerns about the competency of the chief executive of the United States. That's not good for the country, certainly not good politically for Biden, and certainly not good politically for the Democratic Party. But they may be stuck in a bad place because if they put him out there to answer questions, God knows what he's going to say.